Hi everyone. Today we are going to talk about how to write a summary for a book, and we are going to use a little trick called somebody wanted, but so then. That's what those letters stand for. It's an acronym. Somebody wanted, but so then. So we are going to listen to a book that I know we've listened to on books before called Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type. And after listening to that book, we are going to write our summary sentence together using somebody wanted, but so then. And then afterwards, it's going to be your job to use this summarizing sentence to summarize the book, The Spelling Bee, that you've been reading this week. Okay? So let us listen to Click Clack Moo, Cows That Type.
Click, clack, moo. Cows that type. Doreen Cronin. Pictures by Betsy Lewis. Farmer Brown has a problem. His cows like to type. All day long he hears. Click, clack, clickety clack. At first he couldn't believe his ears. Cows that type? Impossible. Click, clack, click, clack, clickety clack. And he couldn't believe his eyes. Dear Farmer Brown, the barn is very cold at night. We'd like some electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. It was bad enough the cows had found the old typewriter in the barn. Now they wanted electric blankets. No way, said Farmer Brown. No electric blanket. So the cows went on strike. They left a note on the barn door. Sorry, we're closed. No milk today. No milk today, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard the cows busy at work. Click, clack, click, clack, clickety clack. Next day, he got another note. Dear Farmer Brown, the hens are cold too. They'd like electric blankets. Sincerely, the cows. The cows were growing impatient with the farmer. They left a new note on the barn door. Closed. No milk, no eggs. No eggs, cried Farmer Brown. In the background, he heard me. Click, clack, click, clack, clickety clack. That type? Hens on strike? Who ever heard of such a thing? Can I run a farm with no milk and no eggs? Farmer Brown was furious. Farmer Brown got out his own typewriter. Dear cows and hens, there will be no electric blankets. Our cows and hens demand milk and eggs. Sincerely, Farmer Brown. Was a neutral party, so he brought the ultimatum to the cow. The cows held an emergency meeting. All the animals gathered around the barn to snoop, but none of them could understand moo. All night long, Farmer Brown waited for an answer. Knocked on the door early the next morning. Farmer Brown a note. Dear Farmer Brown, we will exchange our typewriter for electric blankets. Leave them outside the barn door, and we will send Duck over with the typewriter. Sincerely, the cow. Farmer Brown decided this was a good deal. Left the blankets next to the barn door and waited for Duck to come with the typewriter. Next morning, he got a note. Dear Farmer Brown, the pond is quite boring. We'd like a diving board. Sincerely, the ducks. Click, clack, quack. Click, clack, quack. Clickety, clack.
All right, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed watching that book again. So now we need to think about a summary, how we could retell this story to someone who maybe hasn't heard it before. So we're going to use our chart to help us do that. So the first part is somebody, our main characters. Somebody wanted. What did those main characters want? But what was the problem? So, how did they try to solve the problem? Then, how was the problem finally solved in the end? So that's what we need to think about. So we have the somebody wanted part. Who are our main characters and what did they want? Who were our main characters in this book? The cows and the hens. So we had two main characters. So for my somebody, I'm going to write the cows and the hens. The cows and hens. And what did those cows and hens want? They wanted electric blankets. So in the wanted part, I'm going to write electric blankets. Okay, so far I have the cows and hens wanted electric blankets. But what was the problem? Did Farmer Brown say, sure, you can have the electric blankets? No. So Farmer Brown said no. That was the problem. So I'm going to write, but Farmer Brown said no to those electric blankets. Farmer Brown said no. Okay, so now I have the cows and hens wanted electric blankets, but Farmer Brown said no. So, what did the cows and the hens do when Farmer Brown said no? They went on strike, right? So they said, no eggs, no milk. So, I'm going to write, so the cows and hens said no eggs, no milk. That's what they tried to do to get back at Farmer Brown for saying no. So the cows and hens said no milk and no eggs. Did that end up working? When the cows and the hens refused to give Farmer Brown any eggs and milk, did they finally get their electric blankets? No, they just made Farmer Brown really mad. Now we're at our final resolution. In the end, how did the problem get solved? What did the cows and the hens do to finally get their electric blankets? They made a deal. What was that deal? They decided they would trade the typewriter for the electric blankets. So in the end, the cows and the hens traded their typewriter and got their electric blankets. So that's what I'm going to write. The very end, the cows and hens traded the typewriter and got the electric blankets. All right, so that's what happened at the very end. So now we've written our summary just by thinking about somebody wanted, but so then. So now our last thing would be to put it all together in a sentence, maybe 2 sentences because it would be kind of long. So I'm gonna read it. The cows and hens wanted electric blankets, but Farmer Brown said no. So the cows and hens said no milk and no eggs. Then the cows and hens traded the typewriter and got the electric blankets. Do you think that's a good summary to tell someone who hasn't read this book before what it's about? I think so. So your job now is to go through Somebody Wanted But So Then with the book The Spelling Bee and write a summary sentence, 1 or 2 sentences to describe what happened in that book to someone who might not have read it before, okay? Have an awesome day of school.